Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Setting up SSH in Visual Studio Code allows you to work on a remote machine and use its resources while editing code in your local Vscode environment. You can also configure a remote Python interpreter to run and debug your Python code on the remote machine. Here's a step-by-step tutorial on how to set this up. 1. Install the remote-ssh extension *. Open Visual Studio Code and go to the Extensions view by clicking on the Extensions icon in the activity bar on the side of the window. Search for remote-ssh in the Extensions view search box and install the extension provided by Microsoft. 2. Configure SSH hosts *. Press F1 to open the command palette and type /select remote-ssh, connect to host. Enter the SSH remote connection string in the format user at hostname and press enter. If prompted, enter your password or SSH key passphrase. 3. Set up a remote Python interpreter *. Once connected to the remote machine, open a Python file in Vscode. Click on the bottom left corner where it says the default Python interpreter, then select Enter Interpreter Path or Browse. Choose the option Find, and select the Python interpreter on the remote machine. Vscode will detect the Python interpreter and set it as the default for the workspace. 4. Verify the setup *. To verify that the remote Python interpreter is being used, run a Python script by selecting the interpreter in the status bar. You can also debug the Python script using the remote interpreter by setting breakpoints and running the debugger. Here is an example of a simple Python script using a remote Python interpreter in Vscode. By following the steps above, you can set up SSH in Vscode and configure a remote Python interpreter to work on your code remotely. This setup is useful for working on projects that require resources only available on a remote machine or for collaborating with team members on a shared development environment.